In yesterday class, what we discussed? We discussed about I by O redirection. In yesterday class, we completed I by O redirection. So I by O redirection means input and output redirection. For input redirection, we are going to use less than symbol. For output redirection, we are going to use greater than symbol. And for double greater than symbol, we are using for output redirection for append mode. Okay, so in today class, we are going to discuss about looping in shell programs. So looping in shell programs. I hope you all know that. So what is a looping? Okay, but before going to this, so looping in shell programs, we are going to discuss about some operators. Some operators. 521. Okay, so in previous class, before going to looping in shell programs, we are going to discuss about some operators. Okay, so I hope you all know that. So how the control is flowing, executing the instructions, that we are called as a flow control. So for example, so this is the instruction 1. For example, this is the line 1, so line 2, line 3, line 4, line 5. Okay, so how we can execute, let us assume these are the 5 instructions. So how we can execute these instructions? We can execute these instructions from line 1. After completion of the line 1, we are going to execute line 2. After that, line 3, line 4, line 5. That is the flow for this program. So but when you write the programs in real-time applications, for real-time applications, there is no need of execute all the instructions. In this case, so there is only 5 lines. All the 5 lines are executed. Then there is no control of. Then we say that we don't have the control on execution of the program. But in real-time applications, we are going to control the execution of the program. How? So for example, you are writing a program, biggest number, to find the biggest number. So that means you are going to read the 2 values. After that, you are going to execute instruction, either A is big or B is big. That means in this case, you are going to control the flow. The flow is starting from first instruction, after second, third, fourth, fifth. But so how we can control the flow means by using the control structures. There are 2 types of control structures. I hope you all know this in your previous courses, C, C++, Java and Python. One is control structures, that is branching, and second one is looping. Okay, I want to request everyone, please join the meeting before at least 5 minutes. So that means 2 o'clock means at least you can join. So before 2:05. If you are entering like this, it creates some disturbance to me actually. But okay, whatever it is. Okay. So please enter into the meeting before 2:05 at least. In first 5 minutes you are going to join the meeting, then we can start the class. If there is a problem, then I can enter you again. I can give the permission, but actually you are joining after 5 minutes. That means 2:05, 2:06, 2:07. Now the 2:09. Now also some of the people enter in. They are joined to meeting. Okay, so that creates some disturbance to be. So tomorrow onwards, please join. You can use 5 minutes time. In that 5 minutes, you are going to join. Okay. Thank you. Okay, that means there are two. One is a branching, another one is a looping. So by using these two, you are going to control the execution of the program. Okay, so coming to branching and looping, we discuss in detail in further classes. In today class, we are going to discuss about looping. Okay, so this is the third unit. If you see, the fifth unit is also same syllabus. The fifth unit, same shell variables here also using the shell. The third unit regarding using the shell. The fifth unit is also shell programming. In this also we are going to discuss about the same topics: shell variables, the export command, and the profile. After that, here we have the looping control structure. So this is the branching control structure. At that time, we are going to discuss about in detail about the branching and looping control structures. Okay. So now, as per your syllabus, we are going to discuss about looping in shell programs. So normally, what is a looping? The definition of the looping is if you execute an instruction until a condition is false. That means you are going to attend this class. For example, that is the instruction. So how many days you are going to attend these classes? So that means up to 3-1. So 3-1 is the condition. If the 3-1 is not over, then you attend these classes. That means this instruction you are putting in one loop and the condition is 3-1 or not. If it is the 3-1, you enter into this class. And every day you are going to check you are in the 3-1 or not. Yes, you are in the 3-1. Then attend for the Unix class. Okay, that is the looping. That means you can execute an instruction until a condition is false, until the command is false. That we are called as a looping. Somebody entering to the meeting. Okay. Now first we can discuss the operators. So already you know the operators, different operators. In today class we are going to discuss about these operators because these operators we are going to use in the looping. That's why I want to give the clarification to you on operators. So relational operators. To discuss about relational operators. So what is the purpose of the relational operator? We can use in the C and C++ in our previous programming courses. The relational operator checks the relation between two operands. The relation is nothing but either it is a greater or less than. That's it. That means if you take the two quantities a equals to 10, b equals to 10, then what is the relation between these two? Both are the same. A equals to 10, b equals to 20, then what is the relation? A is smaller than b and b is greater than a, and a not equals to b. So these are the relations. That means by using the relational operators, you are going to find the relation between two operands and it returns either true or false. That means at the end of the executing these relational operators, what we get? We get a result either we can get the true or false. That's it. Okay, so now we can see that. So Bourne shell supports the following relational operators that are specific to numeric values. So we can compare the numeric values only. We cannot compare the strings. So these operators don't work for string values unless their value is numeric. Okay, that means, for example, here they are giving the one example. So following operators will work to check a relation between 10 and 20. Now the 10 and 20 are the number, as well as in between 10 and 20. Here 10 and 20 are the strings, but they are the numbers, but not between 10 and 20. If we give the strings like this 10 and 20, no, that is not possible comparing these two operands. Okay, there are different operators, relational operators. So normally up to now we are using the relational operators equals to, not equals to, greater than or equals to, less than or equals to, like that. Okay, in shell programming we are going to use these operators, hyphen eq. So hyphen eq, first we can write one program. First I am going to create one file. First I move to desktop. On desktop I am going to create a file. So for example, how I can create a file? By using touch command. Touch, file name is while today date 22 dot sh, while 22 dot sh. Yes, so file is created on desktop. So this is the desktop, this is the while 22 dot sh. Okay, now I am going to write the program to read two values from keyboard. Echo, enter a value, and I am going to read into a variable name a. Read a. Echo, enter p value. Read b. Now I want to print echo $a, sorry, $a and $b. Here I am going to print the values of $a and $b. Okay, how I can execute and save this program, and I can execute here. So how you can execute in two ways. One is dot slash, give the program name while 22.sh. So then it returns the error message, permissions denied. So you can provide the permissions chmod plus x while 22.sh. So permissions is granted. Now we can execute dot slash while 22.sh. Enter a value, enter 10, enter b value, enter 12. 10, 12. So what is a value? 10 and b value is 12. So now we are going to apply the relational operators on these values. Okay, how we can see that? Here I am using the if. We can discuss about the if in detail in next classes. If, so here we are going to use square brackets. If $a, so $a means it's a value of a. I want to find whether these two values are equal or not. In normally how we can write the same program? So how we can write the program in C? We can write like this. If a equals to b, then we can write printf both values are same. Both values are same. We can write like. Okay. How we can write the same instructions in Unix shell? $a. So how we can identify the value of a? $a equals to. Let us assume we can change after this equals to $b. Okay. If it is, then is a keyword. Then you are going to print echo. So both a and b are same. So after that we can end this with fi. That means it's like a brackets. So then and fi is a bracket. Now we can execute this. It returns error. So I enter 10, B value 10. So both are the same. Yes, equals to is also working. Okay, yes. And instead of equals to, you are going to give hyphen EQ also. Hyphen EQ. Save. In some Unix operating systems, if equals to is not working, then you are going to give hyphen EQ. Okay. So hyphen EQ is the operator that is equals to symbol. Okay, similarly, now I want to print either these two operators are not same. Operands are not same. How? What are the operators we have? Equals to is for EQ. For not equals to, hyphen NE. I'm going to use hyphen NE. And if it is not equals, then I'm going to print both A and B are not same. Not same. I save this program and I can execute this program. Enter A value 10, enter B value 20. So both A and B are not same. If I give the same values, 10, 10, it does not display any message. Why? Here the condition is false. 10 not equals to 10. What it returns? It returns false. So we don't enter into this block. Okay. This is about the operators. We have many operators greater than. For example, I want to find if the A is greater number or not. Then hyphen GT, A is great. Here I am going to print A value is greater than B. Is greater than B. Then if I give the input like that, what is the A value? 10, B value 10. So now 20 is greater than 10. So it returns true and prints A value is greater than B. If I execute the same program, A value is 10, B value is the 20. Now A value is smaller than 20, so it does not print anything. Why? The condition is false. Okay. The next operator is hyphen LT. So that means less than. LT means less than. I save this program and I can execute. I can execute like this also. sh while program name, you can give like this. Enter A value. So 10. A value is here less than B. Okay. sh space, what is the program name? While 22.sh. Enter A value, enter 5, enter B value, enter 15. Now A value is less than B. If I give A value is greater, then it does not display any value. A value is 15 and B value is 5. It does not display any message. Okay, why? Here I am using hyphen LT. I hope you all are understand the operators. So hyphen EQ is equivalent to equals to, hyphen NE is equivalent to not equals to, hyphen GT is equivalent to greater than, hyphen LT is equivalent to less than, hyphen GE is for greater than or equal, hyphen LE for less than or equal. Okay. So hyphen EQ means check if the value of two operands are equal or not. If yes, then it returns true. Otherwise, it returns false. Okay. So hyphen NE checks if the value of two operands are equal or not. Operands is nothing but, I hope you understand, operands are A plus B. If you take this instruction A plus B, so plus is the operator, A and B are the operands. If values are not equal, then it returns the true. Greater -gt, it checks if the value of left operand is greater than the value of right operand. What it means? A greater than B. That means here we are going to check A value, the left hand side, the left operand is greater than the right operand or not. If it is yes, then it returns true, otherwise false. Similarly, -lt checks if the value of left operand is less than the value of right operand. If yes, then it returns true, otherwise it returns false. And similarly, -ge and le. So gt means only greater than. So gt means only greater than, and ge means it's greater than or equal. Okay. So now we move to our looping. So what is the looping? So what is a looping? So normally we know that looping is executing the instructions until the condition is false. So looping statements in shell scripting. There are total 3 looping statements which can be used in bash program. You can see also here we have 3 looping statements. What are those? One is for, while, do while. Okay, similarly in shell programming also we have 3 looping statements. One is while statement, second one is for statement, and third one is until statement. Okay, so this is the while, for, until. And to alter the flow of the loop statements, 2 commands are used. They are break and continue. Okay, since we call this break and continue as a unconditional statements, and we have go to also in C. Okay, but in shell programming we don't have go to. So one is break, another one is continue. Okay, here we are going to discuss about first while statement. While statement. Their description and syntax are as follows. So first we see the program. So how we can write the while loop in C? While, here I am going to write condition. So after that I am going to open bracket. After that I write the executable instructions. These are the instructions I am going to execute. Okay, this is the syntax in C. So while, in this you are going to write the condition. If the condition is true, you are going to execute this block. Okay, similarly, so the syntax is similar, but the representation is different. In shell programming, how we can write the while means? While, here you are going to give the command. So both are the condition or the command, both are the same. After that you give do. Instead of bracket you are going to give do. Next you can write the instructions here. These are the instructions you are going to write. So after that completion of all the instructions, you can write done. Okay, you can compare these two. This is the while, this is also while. Here you are using the brackets, condition. In square brackets you are going to write the conditions. Here you use how we can start the loop means by using the brackets. Here how we can start the loop means by using the do keyword. Next you can write the instructions. After that, this is the closing bracket. And similarly, here also you are going to write the closing. How we can terminate the loop means by using the done. Okay, the same syntax. The while statement here, command is evaluated and based on the result, loop will be executed. If command rise to false, then loop will be terminated. What it means? So here you are writing one command, the condition. If this condition is true, then we are going to execute these instructions. Otherwise, if it is false, the control moves to here. So for example, there is a print message, echo. So we are going to execute this print message. Okay, that means if the condition is true, we execute this instruction. If the condition is false, we are going to terminate this while block. Okay. And the syntax, this is the syntax, while, and you give the command, that means the condition, do, and the statements to be executed and done. Now you are going to write the program. In this program, we are going to print like this. Initially I am taking the a value equals to 0. After that I am going to print the value of a just like this, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That means I can print the value of a until it is less than 10. When it becomes the a value becomes the 10, then I can terminate the loop. How we can write the program in C for this? How we can write? You are taking the value a equals to 0 while a less than 10. So after that you are going to printf %d a. So after that the instruction is a equals to a plus 1. After that you can break this. That's it. So this is the program you are going to write in C. Same program in shell programming. So let us assume that how we can write same a equals to 0. So what is the next instruction? While condition. How we can write the conditions? By using the bracket. In the bracket I am going to define $a. How we can identify the value in the a? How I can access? By using the $a. So I can write $a, and after that less than. So less than, how we can write the less than symbol? Hyphen LT. What is the value? 10. That's it. After that you can write do. In the do you are going to print $a. That means you are going to print the a value. After that you are going to update the a value. A equals to expr $a plus 1. That's it. Here you are going to use backcodes. Okay, then at the end you are going to write done. That's it. So this is the program you are going to write. Okay. Instead of this you are going to write 1. Sorry, a is incremented by 1. Now you can execute this program. I hope you all are understand how you are going to write the looping instruction by using the while statement. A equals to 0 while hyphen a less than 10 do print hyphen a, that means echo hyphen a, and a equals to, we are incrementing the a value by 1. Okay, now we can execute this program. So what is the program name? /while while.sh. It prints save. Now it prints 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So before this I write the same instruction twice. I forget to save this program. So it displays 02468. Now you can see this is the expected output 0 to 9. Okay, so how we can write this? So while here you are going to write the condition. Okay, same program. So for example, I want to print until 50 numbers. Then I can change the value 10 to 50, and I can start the value of 10, and every time I am going to reduce the a value by 1, and after that I am going to check whether it is greater than 1 or not. How I can check the greater than? Hyphen gt. Hyphen gt. If it is greater than 1, if it is greater than 1, then I am going to print the a value. Okay. Now we can execute this program. Dot slash while dot sh. Now it prints the initial value equals to 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. If it is 1 greater than 1, then it can terminate the loop. In this way, you can write the looping instructions with the help of while statement. Okay. In tomorrow class, we are going to discuss about remaining looping statements for and until, and by using these a break and continue. Okay, so this is the end of the today class. If you have any doubts, anybody on today class or previous classes? Okay. Okay. You are asking that, so if we reassign the value, that means the initially a value equals to 10. If I can update the value to 11, so then by using the echo command, you are going to print that. Okay. D3, D3, E5, F0, F0, F3, F3, G0, everyone check your chat box. The link is provided in the chat box. So everyone please enter into the quiz. Let us start the quiz. So identify operator which equals to symbol. Equals to symbol. Hyphen EQ, hyphen EQAL, hyphen GE, hyphen LE. Identify operator which equals to symbol. Thank you. Yes, hyphen EQ is the correct answer. Salekya, Arun, Havila. These three are the top three. So next question. So identify operator, so which equals to not equals to symbol. Identify operator which equals to not equals to symbol, hyphen EQ, hyphen NE, hyphen GT, hyphen LT, hyphen LT. Last 3 seconds. Okay. NE is the correct answer. Salaikya, Arun, Vinci. These are the top 3. So question 3. Identify operator which equals to greater than symbol. Hyphen LE, hyphen GRE, hyphen great, hyphen G. Identify operator which equal to greater than symbol. Hyphen LE, hyphen GRE, hyphen great, hyphen GE. Okay. Hyphen G is the correct answer. Just spare another 2 minutes. Sorry for the 2 minutes. Extra 2 minutes. Arun, Johna, Johnana. Okay. Pravalika. These are the top 3. So fourth question. So identify operator which equal to greater than or equals to. Hyphen GT, hyphen GE, hyphen LT, hyphen LE. Hyphen GT, hyphen GE, hyphen LT, hyphen LE. Identify operator which equal to greater than or equals to symbol. Okay, time's up. So hyphen G is the correct answer. So after fourth question, same. Arun, Johanna, Pravalika. These are the top 3. Last question, last minute. Identify operator which equal to less than or equals to symbol. Less than or equals to. Hyphen LEQ, hyphen LE, hyphen LE equal, L equal, none of the above. Identify operator which equal to less than or equals to symbol. Hyphen LEQ, hyphen LE, hyphen L equal, none of the above. Hyphen LE is the correct answer. So now we check leaderboard. So after completion of all the 5 questions, same. Arun is on the top. Johanna and Pravalika, Millie, Mile. Okay. Havila, Vamsi, Maunika, Manimohan, and Karimunisha. So these are the top 10. So thank you all.